tier 2 into a tier 3 by adding augmented intelligence to that equation. So how many people here have heard of Watson? Okay, that's also how many people are awake, probably. Watson's one of those brand names, right, that IBM has had for a long time, ever since it won Jeopardy back in 2008. Right? And Watson has been applied to many, many different areas since then. One of the very first things that we used Watson for was in life sciences, to help researchers more effectively figure out
about all communication between this IP address and your internal IP address. They focus on identification of the user behind it.
Illustrate this video.
So it has changed a lot, the mindsets have changed a lot. Thank you for the question.
And what do you think our security guidelines, for example, GDPR, is helping this underground market, for example, for ransomwares, to evaluate how much worse is the data that is created or not? It's just an example.
This GDPR, for example, have changed the new market. Before that, organizations didn't have this need to report. There were some sectors, for example, financial sector, that has declarations for it, but not all of them. And now the market is there. You have to be actually scared about it. It's not about scaring people. It's the same with these extortion emails. You have to be scared what's going to happen. And you're not just scared about your customers going away, but you're scared about your business failing if you don't do as they say. So the GDPR is really helpful to them. I'm sure they will send a note about it for the Commission.
Thank you. And thank you for the great presentation. We have a small present for you, gift. Once again, thank you for joining us today.
As you probably remember, the Cambridge Analytica did a few months ago, or at least a few years ago, but it was discovered only a few years ago. So hybrid warfare, a great concept for states and non-state actors, with a great sense of flexibility, a great sense of operational and a flexible operational perspective. And this is a concept most developed in the last decade and a half.
That it's possible to easily escalate these delays to the responsible people and then coordinate them in a very quick way. Travel expenses or vacations, all of us, they do regularly, travel reports and things like that, and the travel expenses. These could be then automatically sent to the responsible manager. He receives them in TeamWire and just approves them with one click, basically. There could be, one.
Scan the QR code to get an access to the pipeline, and then Safari will say that you need to open a web page, which says you that you will need to install a configuration profile on the device. And because that's the only way how to access to free pipeline, the end user will do that anyway, and they will install the configuration profile, and after that they will have a connectivity to the free pipeline. Pretty easy and simple. But if we then switch to the hacker side and look what happens, the hackers can immediately see that someone is connected to the pipeline network, and they can, for example, see which web page is the user is browsing, so they can see that it's accessing, for example, bbc.com. They can also see what happens on the mobile device, like typing here in real time, so they can see what I'm typing on the device immediately on the server. But this is more or less a bit trivial thing, just tracking a user and so on. But what about this employee was supposed to go to the CRM to do some updates, and she will open the Salesforce web page, accessing the login.salesforce.com with the browser, and typing, the employee will open the application and start using it. And if we again switch to the other side, and the bad guys can immediately see that there are someone using their application. There is the 25th of October, and the time is UTC time, so it's 3 hours behind from our time zone. And they can see what kind of a device the end user has, and they of course want to see what they can find out from the device. And what they do is that they can gather data from the device. And in this case, they are just gathering the contacts. This is my demo device, it has only my phone number on it. They can see where the user actually is at this point, and they will get a link for the Google Map location. We can see if that's correct. So it's pretty much the place where we are. Yeah. If you just download an application from Apple App Store, you can be pretty safe on the application side, but still the network attack will happen, still the phishing can happen, and all the other things. So it's only one threat factor that's for the mobile devices. But there's no way to prevent the end user installing an application other than App Store. In iOS operating system, there is no settings saying that you cannot install application from the unknown sources. For the Android there is, but for the iOS devices there is not.
So, in general, which is like more secure, Android or?
We can say that Apple is more secure, of course, yes.
Apple.
Apple is more secure, of course. If you're using some containerization solution like secure container or something like that, then you are in more safe, but we know that these secure controls can also be bypassed if the device is compromised. Yeah.
So one more question is that mobile sandbox is a standalone software which doesn't require any additional checkpoint products to
yes.
purchase.
Yeah, it's a SaaS solution, so it doesn't require any installation on the on-prem. So that's why it is easy to test as well and so on. So it's standalone product. And it's integrated with the MDMs and CM solutions and so on. So that's it.
Unfortunately, we start to run out of time, so we will first say a big thank you.
Questions that don't have a clear answer. So this is also a question that you could answer yes or no. Regulation is sometimes very good for business. Sometimes deregulation appears to be better. I'll permit myself one more space-related little example. I did my thesis nearly 20 years ago, and I wrote about the difference between permitted use of outer space and banned appropriation. Because there are treaties now to space, so you cannot appropriate it, but you can use it, and there's no clear distinction. This issue is